Hi friends, welcome back to Calm in the Chaos Homeschool. My name is Davine and today I'm going to tell you about some of the best of this school year, and I'm going to be focusing on sort of the best of what my kids enjoyed most in some of our subjects, so some of their favorite things in each subject. This video is a collaboration with Tricia from the Homeschool Breakroom. Thank you so much for organizing this collaboration and inviting us to join in. After you're done this video, you want to check out the playlist below. I'll link it in the description and see what the other moms, what their favorite things of this last school year have been. So I thought that I would survey my children and ask them what are some of their favorite things that we did kind of under each category of our school subjects. So I kind of worked through our typical school day and I had a conversation with my children and I asked them, what are some of the things that you enjoyed the most this year in regards to different areas of our school? So the first one I asked them was, what's your favorite thing that we do in our morning basket? So that was a very quick answer there. My kids' favorite thing in their morning basket was the handicraft section of our morning basket. So then I asked them, what was your favorite of our handicrafts this year? And they said that the clay modeling was their favorite. So I'm just gonna put a few pictures here of the clay models that they created. We really enjoyed this. So we did this handicraft for about 12 weeks, kind of Charlotte Mason style, and they really enjoyed the clay modeling handicraft that we did this year. The other thing that a few of my kids mentioned that they really enjoyed in morning basket was our Bible time, and really just when we read out of the Bible. So I thought that was a fun thing to note. Then I asked them what their favorite thing in science was, and this one was a little harder. They had a harder time deciding, but we had some microscope work at the beginning of the year. So a few of my kids said that the microscope work was their favorite. Some other kids said that the animal reports that we did were their favorite. So I'll link a video up here on how we made those animal reports, or how we went through the process of creating those animal reports. So that was some kids' favorite. And then the other kids' favorite was learning about animals. So we did biology 2 from Nuevo Science this year. And if you're interested in a flip through of that science, I'll just link that here above as well. Next, I asked my kids what their favorite part about geography was and what we did in geography. In the past 2 years, we've been working through My Father's Worlds, Country and Cultures. So we've taken 2 years to cover that. And I also have a flip through and review of that, so I will link that here. But I asked them what their favorite thing was, and it was the geography game that we played, and we have really enjoyed playing that game, and I do talk about it more in that video, but my kids really enjoyed it, and we've learned a lot of the different countries and where they're at with this geography game. And a close second to that was when we would get on the airplane and have airplane food and create food from that culture, and we'd eat the food on our airplane after we had stamped our passports, and we would watch YouTube videos about the country that we were visiting. So that was a close second. I'm surprised that that came after the geography game, but it did. So those were some of our favorite things that we did in our geography this year. Now, I hate to say when I asked them what their favorite part about history was, crickets. And that's kind of sad for me because I have really enjoyed history the past 2 years. I've really enjoyed learning with my kids. I really enjoyed the literature-based approach to learning about history. So maybe I will give my favorite part about history, since they couldn't really come up with an answer. I really enjoy the books. I have enjoyed reading all the books about history. I enjoy reading the books to my children. I enjoy reading the readers that they get to read about history. I have really enjoyed learning about history using this literature-based approach. I have loved listening to Story of the World in the car, and just I feel like the connections are being drawn, at least for myself. Maybe my kids aren't getting anything out of history, but I am really enjoying history, and I'm hoping that eventually some of my other kids will get on board with this love of history. Now, even though they couldn't really say what they really enjoyed, I will say my youngest really does like history. He's always poring over the information books. He's always trying to figure out what happened during different time periods. So even though he couldn't articulate what his favorite part of history was, I'm gonna say he still is enjoying history. But anyways, they couldn't really tell me what they really enjoyed about history this year. Then I asked my kids what their favorite sort of afternoon activity that we do as a group. So we have been doing nature study with a Charlotte Mason group. We meet every 2 weeks and we go to a park and explore nature and write in our nature journals and things like that. And then every Friday we hang out with more of our church homeschool group. So there's 3 or 4 families that get together there. And that we do some art, we do some hikes or walks in the park, we do nature journaling. We just hang out and be social, just depends on the week. So I asked them what their favorite of those were. And generally they said that they just like hanging out with their friends on those Fridays. So that is something that my kids really enjoyed this year. Then I asked them more about their extracurriculars and what were their favorite extracurricular activities that they did this year. So one daughter said that her favorite was fabric arts and dance. So she did some basic sewing classes and she's been doing dance. And then my sons said that one really enjoyed Taekwondo, which they're still doing. And the other one really enjoyed a birds class that he's in right now with our parent partnership program. They've just been learning about different birds each year. That was his favorite extra activity or extracurricular this year. So that pretty much covers the best of for our homeschool year. So those are some of the favorite things that my kids did this year, and maybe that gives you some ideas of things to try in your homeschool. So on my channel, I talk a lot about how I homeschool my 4 kids ages 9 to 13. They're going to be in 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th grade in this upcoming school year. I love curriculum, so I do a lot of curriculum flip-throughs and reviews. So if that's something you're interested in seeing more of, be sure to give this video a like and hit subscribe and hit the bell notification so you're notified when any of my new videos are up. Thank you so much, Tricia, for inviting me to join in on this collaboration. Don't forget to check the playlist below to see what other moms, what are the best of this year for them. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.